up? Happy New Year. So, yeah, it's not quite the new year yet. It's still like 7:45 right now, but we're close enough that I'm going to say Happy New Year. But, this is just a video that I wanted to put out at the end of the year. And honestly, if I said that I had it all planned out, that would absolutely be a lie because I don't. I just wanted to get some thoughts out, get some ideas out, and talk about some things in 2025 going into 2026. And that is exactly what I'm here to do. So, what's up? My name is Keith Hari, and this is like a little 2025 last day of the year recap, just talking about a few things. And I don't really know everything that I'm going to talk about. It's probably going to be a little off script, probably going to be rants. I didn't write nothing for it, but let's go ahead and hop into it. So, 2025, very very interesting year. I sit here right now and I feel like it would be incredibly easy for me to just sit up here and talk about the fact that I feel like I did not really do much in 2025 because that's usually my persona, and I'm trying to get out of that. Usually it's a lot easier for me to look at something like the glass is half empty instead of half full. Shout out to my wife. We actually just had a discussion about the whole logic behind that. But yeah, usually it would be easy for me to just sit up here and say that I didn't do much, but when I really take the time to think about it, that really couldn't be far from the case. And I think kind of where that stems from is I always feel like it has to be something big, or it has to be something huge, or it has to be something worthwhile for it to not necessarily matter, but for it to be a big deal. But the thing is, like, they always, well, not always, people talk about celebrating small wins. A win is a win no matter how big or no matter how small it is. And I feel like I definitely need to start celebrating those small wins. So, one thing that I can definitely say for certain: content creation. This is something that I've been talking about wanting to do probably since like 2021, 22, definitely 2023, and definitely 2024. And I would say that in 2025, am I where I want to be with this content creation stuff? Not even anywhere close to it. And the old me would dwell on that and make it seem like that means that all of this is pointless and it's a big failure and it doesn't matter. But new me would absolutely say something other than that, because the great thing about it is these past 365 days, I mean, I've made some strides. Like, do I have a million subscribers? No. Do I even have 50 subscribers? No. But the fact of the matter is that I took the time to put some stuff out. By the way, I'm interested in a lot of things, so if I ever do grow, you will probably see that I am on multiple channels, multiple things. Quick shout out: one thing, I have a food channel called Feed All About It. Same thing on IG, YouTube, and TikTok. So I put a video on my IG and it didn't exactly do what I wanted it to do, and that sucks. But the important thing is that I actually learned from that. And trust me, I have gone down the YouTube how to rabbit hole, and one of the things that they definitely talk about is learning from those failures and not giving up after that. So I had made the video, ate the pizza, posted it after sitting on it forever, and I'm sitting here thinking that it's just gonna somehow do great, and it absolutely did not do that whatsoever. It got like 212 views, and I guess like that was my welcome to the Instagram algorithm party, you could say. It got those views, and then after like one day, it just, and that was kind of it. And that was the way that video went. But what I learned from that is I took too long to get to the point. The intro was like way too long. It's a short, so people, unlike long form videos, within the first 5 to 10 seconds, and you can really say closer to 5 the way attention spans are going these days, people already want to get to the meat and potatoes of what is going on, and I did not deliver that. It was like a 2 or 3 minute long video. It was very drawn out. It took me like damn near a whole minute just to get to the point where I was actually talking about the pizza itself, which is supposed to be the star of the show. And the video flopped. But as you can see, me talking about that, I took the time to learn from that. So instead of looking at it as a L, I'm going to look at that as a W. Shout out to Jameis. But if you know, you know. But that's just one thing. And I'm proud of that because when it comes to content creation, it's taken me so long just to get to this right here. This time last year, I had all these visions in my head, writing stuff down, and I had some videos pre-recorded even from more than a year ago. But my biggest thing was just always the perfect moment. It has to be the perfect SEO. It has to be the perfect thumbnail. I have to have the perfect camera. Everything in it just has to be great. And all of that in a perfect world would be great. But bingo, we don't live in a perfect world. And while I'm taking all the time to try to perfect all of this, I'm not putting anything out. I'm not gaining any traction that I could be otherwise. And that's really where the issue comes in at. It's nothing wrong with wanting to take that time to set things up and have it be a certain type of way. But the longer you spend doing that, the longer it takes to get put out. And for someone like me, I have videos that I already made and some that I already edited that I'm still realizing I'm sleeping on and not doing anything with just because I'm not me currently, this me, but the old self was just waiting for this grand opportunity. And the reality is the grand opportunity is whenever the hell you want it to be. So go for it. Another thing I would say, 2025 work. A year ago, I was stuck in a loop of jobs that I absolutely got to the point where I feel like it was like soul sucking and I really couldn't stand it and I didn't like it. And I was a delivery driver. Honestly, I worked at FedEx. Shout out to all the delivery drivers from this holiday. And that's what I was doing like a year ago in the boondocks, cold as heck. I think it was colder last year than it was this year, especially here in Maryland. But yeah, I could not stand that anymore. And I took a good amount of my 20s working those types of jobs, from Amazon to I deliver car parts, I did FedEx, probably some more stuff that I can't even think of. I did like box truck driving, had my DOT, and I did that probably for damn near like 7, 8, 9 years, and I could not stand it. And at the top of this year, in January of 2025, I started a new job, and now I have that flexibility. I'm not going to make it seem like it's everything that I want it to be, but it's better than where I came from. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. And much like Nipsey said, the marathon continues. So I'm not done yet. There's more to come. But I'm noticing that I was here, but now I'm here. And that's progress. That's progress. That's not being stagnant. Not everything happens overnight. But yeah, I'm trying to think of something else. Still having my lovely family with me, still having them by my side. Extremely grateful for that. They mean the absolute world to me, and they're a big part of the reason that I keep pushing myself and trying to become a better version of myself. My kids, my lovely wife, she's just always been here, ups and downs. And I'm sure she sees me in way more of a better light than I tend to see myself, and she sees me being capable of so much more than what I think I am. And I'm just trying to get to that point where I see that. And when I look in the mirror, I see that for myself. And that's the tough part. But, it is what it is. But it's going to be okay. Last day of 2025. And it has been an absolute doozy, but I'm proud of myself. I did a lot of things this year, photography and filmography. That's something that I absolutely have been trying to get more into. I'm not making it seem like I'm a professional by any means. I'm an amateur, but I started a little IG page. I'm not going to talk about it quite as of yet, but that's something that I just post photos to get better with photography, because that's something that's important to me. And that makes me think, like, uh, I feel like I haven't been in high school in ages, and I'm kind of one of those late bloomers where I'm finally getting to know me and who I am. And it took a while. And it's not that I was being someone that I wasn't. I just wasn't surrounded myself with more of the things that I actually want to be doing. And if I had done this earlier, I probably would have been into content creation a heck of a lot earlier than this, because, you know, photography and things like that is definitely something that I was super interested in. And I, for whatever reason, I fell off from it. And I think that was just a collection of like life happening, working jobs, things of that magnitude. And sometimes those things that we love just kind of slip away. And then you wake up like 5, 10 years later and you're like, what is this version of myself? And I'm sure I'm not the only person out there like this, but, you know, it happened to me. But I worked through it, and I'm continuing to work through it. So, you know, as you can probably see, the theme of this video, now that I think about it, is just, it's never too late to wake up and make life more of what you want it to be. How many of us out there spend so much time and energy on things, on people, on jobs, on whatever you can relate to, that's that thing that you don't like? And you wake up every day and put so much attention to it that it burns you out. You don't focus on you. You're not loving yourself correctly. All those types of things. And I'm here to say it's time that you actually do that shit. Do more of the things that you love to do. Surround yourself with the people that you want to be surrounded with. It's not selfish. It might seem that way, but it's not. Because sometimes you just got to choose you, but do it in a healthy way. Do it in a healthy way. But yeah, for the longest time, I just kept thinking so many things that I was interested in for some reason was unachievable. And before I would tell myself I could do it, I would give myself like 1,000,001 reasons of why I can't. And those days are over with. And I don't want it to just be over with for me. I want it to be over with for you and you and you and anyone else out here who sees this video and comes in contact with it. Because, you know, we all deserve that happiness that we seek out. You know, when you're young, and I'm not saying for all people, but naturally I feel like when you're younger, before, I'm not going to say life ruins you per se, but before, you know, you worry about all these things as an adult. And trust me, I went through a lot as a teenager as well. So it's not like adulthood is the only time you go through those hardships. But when we're younger, it's so much easier to smile, to be happy, like to just be appreciative of something. How many of us have so many things that we could be doing and we just sit here making it seem like life is just blah? And when we were younger, you could have a couch and a sheet and make a fort and be occupied all day long. Let's get back to those things. It don't got to be the sheet and the fort, but it can be something. Something that you remember that made you you. It's not too late for that. Sorry, I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but yeah, you know. Cheers to 2025. You know, I hope some of it out there was something that you all wanted. Certainly was for me. I'm not going to say all, but try to hold on to those moments where it was. And if for some reason it wasn't, and you still have breath in your body, and you can still make it happen, even if I'm not even going to say every day, every week, you do something that makes you you, slowly but surely, just to get back to yourself. Because feeling lost is it's a hell of a feeling. It's not a good one. And yeah, I guess that's really the video and what I'm talking about. So again, happy New Year to everybody. Um, Usually I'm a little more energized than this. I know I'm kind of talking about some pretty heavy topics here. Not the heaviest topics, but I'm not woo. But yeah, one thing I definitely want to do is get my energy, get my zen, find my avenue, find my lane. Definitely want to do that. One thing I'm gonna say again, shout out to my lovely wife. I love you. You're everything to me, my kids, my family, all those types of things. Um, Definitely wouldn't be where I am without you all. Happy to have you all, and you know, yeah. Here's a 2026. And a quick shout out. I usually don't do these types of things, but it's this one channel out there. It's this food reviewer. His name is Hungry for Munchies. If you never checked him out, check him out. Dude is like genuine. I don't think I've ever met anyone who's more like unapologetically themselves. Like his videos are just like great. Like you could just tell he's like happy, upbeat, and honestly, I want to get to that. Like it's definitely motivation. And if you see this, man, just know, shout out to you. Again, I got a food channel called Feed All About It, so I'm trying to get to where you are, where some of the big wigs are out there, and keep growing. But definitely shout out to you. And one more thing, I got a hat on right now. You probably see it. Love Cara. If you look this up, this is my wife's brand, and it's pretty dope. She designs clothes, things like that. So 2026, I think I know what one of my sponsors is gonna be. I guess you could say it's really not a sponsor because I just want to make the world aware of some of the dope stuff that she does. Hold on for 1 second. Actually, right here is one of the hoodies that she designed. I'm gonna end up doing an unboxing for it, but yeah. Shout out to Love Cara. Shout out to me. Shout out to 2025. Shout out to 2026. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to dreams coming true. Shout out to all that. And yeah, let's continue to do great things. Continue to strive on, and yeah, it's gonna be all right, even if it don't feel like it is right now. Oh, y'all want to say hello to my cat? This is my little cat, Fussy. So, hello, Fuss. He wants to get down. Love you. All right, Keith Hari out. Mic drop. Not gonna drop that though, cause I don't want it to break.